To the great surprise of many Calgary residents, City Council has given the go-ahead on Phase 1 of the Green Line. This is a light rail transit project that's supposed to be 46 kilometers long and extend from the very north end of the city to the southeast end of the city. There's absolutely no denying that this project is desperately needed. Some people wait on 2 or 3 buses to get to the downtown core for work, and depending on the time of day, it can take hours to get to work and back. So you would think Calgary residents would be ecstatic to finally have this plan off the ground. Well, I said residents were surprised, but I didn't mean that they were happy. You see, Council approved only half the line for $4.6 billion, which is more than the full original plan that was supposed to cost $4.5 billion. That's right. Just over half the line is now going to cost more than the original project. And they're asking the federal government for more money to cover the increase. Here, check this out. Here's what the full original Green Line looks like. It extends from what's called North Point all the way to Seton. Now look at this map for comparison. That's Phase 1 for pretty much the same price. What is Council even thinking, and how did the price of this transit line balloon so much? Nenshi and Council say an underground bridge and construction through the downtown belt line are what drove costs up. And what's really crazy is that most people on City Council are praising this plan. Councillor Keating is just ecstatic about this entire thing that's basically double the cost. He says it's a great start and can't stop gushing about the project. So no big deal, Calgarians. It's a great start to a project when Council doubles the costs. That's the mentality over at City Hall. And Councillor Stevenson says people in the north won't be rioting about not getting the project as fast as they wanted it. Yeah, obviously they won't riot, but this service is desperately needed. And once again, Calgarians in both the north and south of the city are forgotten. Again, no big deal, guys. You'll just have to wait what seems like another millennium for a basic transit service. And of course, here's Nenshi talking about how this is a great day for Calgary.
We have managed to secure more public transit funding from the federal government than ever. And I'm confident we'll be able to find that amount from the provincial government as well. This is a really big deal. And while it is disappointing to some people who wanted to see even more, I am reminded that it is by far the largest investment in public transit in our history. And when we combine that with the 4 BRTs, bus rapid transit lines, that are also being built, it means tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Calgarians will have far more mobility options to get around the city much more conveniently on transit. So this is a very, very good day.
Really, did he just brag about getting funding from the federal government? This isn't a good thing. That means more money from us on top of what we pay municipally and more money from people across Canada. That doesn't come from nowhere, and it's nothing to be proud of when you're wasting tons of taxpayer money on fancy renovations that include Italian tile at City Hall. Council could easily fork this money over if they just stopped the spending spree and wasting our money. Look at this graph. In 2010, when Nenshi was elected in, spending increased, and what's especially gross is the increase in spending in mid-2015 during a recession. During a time when unemployment was rising and the city should have reined spending in so they weren't such a burden on taxpayers. You know how the mainstream media are framing people that speak out about this outrageous example of public spending gone off the rails? Well, Team Nenshi over at CTV says we're lashing out. Yeah, you got that right. Questioning bad decisions being made with our money means you're a part of the anger machine. Demanding accountability is now lashing out. And Nenshi actually had the audacity to point the finger at the former federal Conservative government for stepping in and ponying up a third of the money to build the line. He says the city was planning for a bus rapid transit network until the feds stepped in and offered to help with an LRT system. He says he's moved by evidence and data that the city didn't provide to the feds when the project was proposed and instead became clear when they did engineering and consulting work after they gave the feds the final price tag of $4.5 billion. The project now stands to cost probably over $8 billion when all is said and done, with debt interest of $56 million. Can you believe the nerve of this mayor insulting a funding partner that gave the city what they wanted and asked for? $4.5 billion was the price on the table, and the feds promised 1/3 of that. No problem. At least that's what Conservative MP Michelle Rempel is saying. And Conservative MP Tom Kmeach says that his constituents were told that the Green Line would be up and running by 2024 and that they were sold a bill of goods at this point. Rempel also questions why the government is asking for more money. And City Councillor Sean Chu says it's a huge change to the original plan that people are disappointed with. And not only this, but the province hasn't committed any funding yet, and the city will be taking both yearly municipal and provincial tax breaks for the next 30 years, totaling $76 million annually to pay for this thing. So when's it going to be built? In the next 10 or 20 years, when people are moving out of the city because council continues to treat us like a bank account? They have, of course, just approved yet another 2% increase on property tax, and things in this city just keep getting more and more expensive. We don't even have what can be called an efficient basic transit service, and it's because the clown show over at City Hall can't budget. It's not all of them, but most of them just want to spend, spend, spend. It's outrageous and embarrassing when everyday Calgarians, even some Calgarians that are out of work due to the economic situation that have limited funds, can manage to sit down at their kitchen tables and make a budget and stick to it. Make no mistake, no matter how much Calgary City Council pumps this project up, they've almost doubled the price tag. And if they want to blame anyone for a disservice and mismanagement on behalf of Calgarians, there's only one common denominator: them. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss the other side of the story in Canadian news.